It's midday. Good afternoon. Here is the midday news on OGVC. I'm Debo Adeyinka. First, the major items. The federal government has informed of increase in power generation. Ogun State government says fuel subsidy removal saved Nigeria 5.4 trillion naira. US okayed $567 million support for Taiwan. The Minister of Power, Chief Adeyinka, on Sunday said the country has recorded tremendous improvement in electricity supply, as over 40% of Nigerians now enjoy up to 20 hours of power daily. Chief Adeyinka said this in a statement on Sunday, noting that Nigeria now generates over 5,000 megawatts of power transmitted and distributed. He underscored the critical role of state in developed nations, linking it to their economic success. The minister noted that the ministry initiatives are aligned with President Tinubu's new agenda, which aims to enhance industrialization through consistent power supply. In a bid to support dams and expand irrigation facilities nationwide, the federal government has approved $350 billion naira under the Renewed Hope Infrastructure Fund. The Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Mr. Atiku Bagudu, made this known while speaking to newsmen in Benin Kebbi on Sunday. The minister said flooding is a dramatic change and a global challenge which President Bola Tinubu recognized and took proactive steps to address by allocating funds to states. Mr. Bagudu stated that many interventions have been approved by the president, in addition to the timely release of federal allocation money. The Ogun State Governor, Prince Tapo Abiodun, said that the removal of fuel subsidy by President Bola Tinubu has helped the country save 5.4 trillion naira. Governor Abiodun said this at the special church service on Sunday to commemorate the 64th National Day celebration at the Cathedral of St. Peter at Cape Abeokuta. He explained that the money saved is now available for the development of infrastructure across the country. The governor also called on Nigerians to engage the government constructively and not join those fanning the flames of discord. While advising Nigerians to shun the planned protest for October the 1st, Governor Abiodun said that protests would not achieve anything other than looting and vandalization of public property. Still at home, the government has commenced the reconstruction of the failed portion of the Shagamu-Orebini Expressway near Shagamu to address the current traffic logjam being experienced by motorists on the road. Governor Dapo Abiodun paid an unscheduled visit to the bad portion of the road on Sunday, stating that as a major road linking Lagos through Ogun State to the southeast and south-south regions of the country, its deplorable condition has caused untold hardship to those who use it. He mentioned that although the reconstruction of the road was awarded by previous administrations, has executed the project from the Benin end to the outskirts of Ijebu-Ode but could not complete it at the interchange before abandoning the road due to lack of funds. The Technical Subcommittee on Domestic Sales of Crude Oil in Local Currency confirmed that the supply of crude in Naira by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited to the Dangote Petroleum Refinery is to begin on Tuesday. The special advisor on media to the FRS chairman, Mr. Daria Adekombi, affirmed this on Sunday when speaking with newsmen. The committee, which has Mr. Zach Adedeji as chairman, announced that on September 13th, the Federal Executive Council, under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu, approved the sale of crude to local refineries in Naira and the corresponding purchase of petroleum products in Naira. The committee made known the NNPC will commence the supply of about 385,000 barrels per day of crude oil to the Dangote refinery to be paid for in Naira from October the 1st. You're listening to the Mayday News on OGVC 90.5 FM. The United States President, Mr. Joe Biden, has approved $567 million in defense support for Taiwan. The White House, which made this known in a brief statement on Sunday, said that President Biden had delegated the Secretary of State to direct the drawdown of up to $567 million in defense articles and services of the Department of Defense and military education, as well as training, to provide assistance to Taiwan. While the U.S. does not have formal diplomatic relations with Taiwan, it's Taipei's most significant international backer and arms supplier. China has repeatedly demanded Washington stop selling weapons to Taiwan, which it claims as its territory. In April, the U.S. approved billions of dollars in military aid for Taiwan as China stepped up military and political pressure on the island. Japan's incoming Prime Minister, Mr. Shigeru Ishiba, said this Monday that he will call a general election for October 27th following his victory in one of the closest ever leadership races for the ruling Liberal Democratic Party. The poll, which will come a year early and ahead of the US presidential election in November, will decide which party controls Parliament's lower house. Lawmakers there will meet on Tuesday to confirm Mr. Ishiba as the country's next prime minister. Mr. Shiba said at a news conference at the LDP headquarters in Tokyo that it is important for the new administration to be judged by the people as soon as possible. Japanese shares fell more than 4% in early trading this Monday as the yen strengthened and Japanese government bonds jumped in reaction to the leadership win by Mr. Shiba, who is seen as a monetary policy hawk. Austria's far-right Freedom Party (FPO) has opened the door to a new era. Its leader, Mr. Herbert Kickl, told supporters as the party celebrated an unprecedented election victory. Mr. Kiki's party won 29.2% of the vote, according to the official provisional result, almost 3 points ahead of the Conservative People's Party (OBP) and 26.5%, but far short of a majority. His victory is only the latest in a string of far-right election successes in Europe, and he raised voters for their optimism, courage, and trust in delivering a piece of history. The Freedom Party has been on coalition before, but the second-placed Conservative People's Party has refused to take part in a government led by Mr. Kiki. Palestinian militants said an Israeli strike killed its leader in Lebanon this Monday, while another group said that three of its leaders were killed in a strike on Beirut, the first attack with the city limits. Hamas said its leader in Lebanon, Fateh Sharif Abdulami, was killed along with his wife, son, and daughter in a strike that targeted their house in a Palestinian refugee camp in the southern city of Tyre in the early hours of this Monday. An Israeli escalates hostilities Israeli escalated hostilities against Iran's allies in the region. The Popular Front of the Liberation of Palestinians said that three of its leaders were killed in a strike that targeted Beirut's Kook district. Newsmaid said the strike hit the upper floor of an apartment building. Israel's increasing frequently attacks against the Hezbollah militia in Lebanon and the Houthi militia in Yemen have prompted fears that Middle East fighting could spin out of control and draw in Iran and the United States, who are Israel's main ally. On sport, Eric Ten Hag retains the backing of Manchester United's football leadership structure with no immediate plans for a change of manager. Report says, while there is consensus that the non-performance in the 3-0 drubbing against Tottenham Hotspur was unacceptable, the hierarchy's focus at the moment remains on improving support for the Dutchman, his backroom staff, and the players to turn their fortunes around. Ten Hag is set to remain in charge for the tough test against Porto and Aston Villa. The development of the country requires concerted effort. Play your own part. To end the midday news, another look at the major items. The Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, in a statement on Sunday, said the federal government has recorded improvement in electricity supply as the nation now generates 5,000 megawatts. At the special church service in commemoration of the 64th National Day celebration in Abeokuta, the Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun said the removal of fuel subsidy by President Bola Tinubu has helped Nigeria to save 5.4 trillion naira. We also told you that the United States President, Mr. Joe Biden, has approved $567 million new defense support for Taiwan. The midday news was edited by Tony Oyelumade and broadcast from